what if the world you live in is not what you think it is? What if every major war, every financial crisis, every political election was planned by the same group of people? A secret society so powerful, so deeply embedded in the fabric of civilization that most people refuse to believe it exists. They have no public face. They have no official name. They operate entirely in the shadows. But their symbol is everywhere. On your money, in your movies, in the music you listen to every day. They are called the Illuminati. And this is their untold story. Welcome to Untold Story Official. To understand the Illuminati, you first need to forget everything you think you know, because the truth is far more disturbing than any conspiracy theory. It begins on May 1st, 1776, in Bavaria, Germany. A professor named Adam Weishaupt founded a secret organization. He called it the Order of the Illuminati. Its stated goal was simple: to oppose superstition, to oppose religious influence over public life, to oppose the abuse of power by governments. On paper, it sounded noble, but behind closed doors, the real agenda was something else entirely. Weishaupt wanted to infiltrate governments, to control banks, to manipulate world events from the shadows. Within 5 years of its founding, the Illuminati had recruited over 2,000 members: judges, politicians, doctors, scientists, the most powerful men in Europe. In 1785, the Bavarian government discovered the organization. They raided Weishaupt's home, seized his documents, and officially declared the Illuminati disbanded. But here is what history never tells you. You cannot disband an idea. The Illuminati did not end in 1785. It simply went deeper underground. And that is where the real story begins. The most disturbing question about the Illuminati is not whether it exists. The most disturbing question is who are its members. Because the evidence points to the most powerful people on Earth, the Founding Fathers. Look at the United States of America. Founded in 1776, the same year as the Illuminati. Coincidence? Many of America's founding fathers were members of secret societies. George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, all confirmed members of Freemasonry, the organization most closely linked to the Illuminati. The Great Seal of the United States, printed on every single dollar bill, features an unfinished pyramid with a single all-seeing eye at the top. The Eye of Providence, the primary symbol of the Illuminati. Ask yourself, why would the founders of a new nation put a secret society symbol on their currency? The Bilderberg Group. Every year since 1954, the most powerful people in the world gather in secret. Kings, presidents, prime ministers, CEOs of the world's largest corporations, heads of the world's most powerful banks. They meet behind closed doors, no press allowed, no minutes published, no public record of what is discussed. They call it the Bilderberg Group. Former members include Henry Kissinger, Bill Clinton, Tony Blair, David Rockefeller. David Rockefeller, who publicly stated in his own memoirs that he was proud to work against the best interests of the United States in favor of a one-world government. His words, not mine. The Skull and Bones. At Yale University in America, there exists a secret society that has operated since 1832. Members are called Bonesmen. Among its publicly documented members, 2 former U.S. presidents and a former Secretary of State, all from the same secret society, all making decisions that affected billions of people around the world. Is this coincidence? Or is this the Illuminati operating exactly?
If the Illuminati only existed in politics, it would be disturbing enough. But the rabbit hole goes much deeper. Because the Illuminati does not just control governments, it controls what you think, what you believe, what you desire. And it does this through entertainment. Hollywood. The film industry was built by a small group of incredibly powerful men with connections to secret societies going back generations. Look at the content Hollywood produces. Films that glorify surveillance, films that normalize government control, films that make the population comfortable with being watched. Is this accident, or is it programming? The music industry. The evidence in the music industry is impossible to ignore. Some of the biggest artists in the world have openly displayed Illuminati symbols in their music videos. The all-seeing eye, the pyramid hand gesture, 666 signs made with fingers over the eye. These are not random artistic choices. Artists who have spoken publicly about Illuminati pressure in the music industry have faced devastating consequences. Their careers destroyed overnight, their reputations shattered. Some have died under mysterious circumstances. Dave Chappelle, one of the most famous comedians in the world, walked away from a $50 million contract. He later said the entertainment industry asked him to do things that went against his soul. Michael Jackson, in the final years of his life, repeatedly warned the public about powerful forces controlling the music industry. He died before he could say more. Prince said the music industry was run by a secret group that owned the artists. He died suddenly, unexpectedly, at 57 years old. Coincidence or silencing? To understand the Illuminati, you first need to forget everything you think you know, because the truth is far more disturbing than any conspiracy theory. It begins on May 1st, 1776, in Bavaria, Germany. A professor named Adam Weishaupt founded a secret organization. He called it the Order of the Illuminati. Its stated goal was simple: to oppose superstition, to oppose religious influence over public life, to oppose the abuse of power by governments. On paper, it sounded noble, but behind closed doors, the real agenda was something else entirely. Weishaupt wanted to infiltrate governments, to control banks, to manipulate world events from the shadows. Within 5 years of its founding, the Illuminati had recruited over 2,000 members: judges, politicians, doctors, scientists, the most powerful men in Europe. In 1785, the Bavarian government discovered the organization. They raided Weishaupt's home, seized his documents, and officially declared the Illuminati disbanded. But here is what history never tells you. You cannot disband an idea. The Illuminati did not end in 1785. It simply went deeper underground. And that
is where the real story begins.
So the question that everyone asks, do the Illuminati actually control the world? Let us look at the evidence. The banks. The world's financial system is controlled by a small number of banks. At the top of that system sits the Bank for International Settlements, an organization that is literally above the law. It answers to no government, pays no taxes, has complete legal immunity. It was founded in 1930. Its original purpose to manage German war reparations. Today, it coordinates the policies of all the world's central banks, including the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, which prints the world's most powerful currency, is not a government institution. It is a private bank, owned by private shareholders, whose names are not public. The media. 6 corporations control over 90% of all media consumed in the United States. 6 companies deciding what 330 million people read, watch, and believe. Those 6 corporations are connected through boards of directors to the same network of elite financial institutions, the World Economic Forum. Every year in Davos, Switzerland, the world's most powerful people gather, and they openly discuss a great reset of the global economy, a new world order. These are not the words of conspiracy theorists. These are the words of the people who run the world, said publicly, on camera, at their own conference. So ask yourself, if the Illuminati's goal was always a one-world government controlled by a small elite, and the most powerful people on Earth are openly calling for exactly that, is the Illuminati still a conspiracy theory? Or is it simply the world we already live in? The Illuminati is not a story from the past. It is the story of right now. Every time you look at a dollar bill, they are watching. Every time you consume media, they are guiding your thoughts. Every time you vote, they have already decided the outcome. Or have they? Because here is the one thing the Illuminati never planned for. Information. The more people know, the less power they have. The truth is the only weapon they cannot control. And that is exactly what we do here at Untold Story Official. We find the truth they buried. We expose the secrets they hide. We give power back to the people through knowledge. If you believe the truth deserves to be heard, subscribe to Untold Story Official. Hit the notification bell because the next story we are telling will make this one look like a bedtime story. The truth is waiting.